Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another slamming, banging episode of Rantz with your boy, African King Darius. Rahabat Nitir Mushar to each and every one of you. So, well. I promised you guys that I was going to go live, during the draft, but I got caught up in all the selections and the picks and everything like that. And on the top of that, I'm also a dad, so it's like I'm going to be busy with my kiddos. So, I did manage to do an episode for you guys where I was telling you the current picks that they had. I don't know all the picks for every team, and I don't know all the picks for my team right now. I don't have my notes in front of me. I actually did take notes. Understand that. But today, y'all, I think I want to really address something that I've been hearing in the media and that I've been really hearing about a lot. And it's dealing with the simple fact that, I happened to ask a question to several people. And I asked them a serious question. I asked, when do you guys believe this whole Black Lives Matter movement started? Did it start during the time with Trayvon Martin, or did it originally start and truly take off more after COVID-19 hit? Now, I have said all I can say, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it. I do believe that the Black Lives Matter movement did start and truly actually started after the whole thing with COVID-19. I do believe once the economy started doing bad, we needed somebody to speak up. The thing that I have a significant issue with is that now everybody is jumping on the bandwagon of this whole thing with police brutality and all this other stuff. Yet officers have been doing this for a pretty long period of time. Matter of fact, since the dawning of mankind, when a cop was able to first put on a badge, there was some form of police brutality. No one said nothing then, and you did have the ability to say it. Don't say you didn't. You did have the ability to say it back then, but no one chose to say anything. No one chose to be outspoken. There was no movement or anything like that. The reason why I have such significant issue with the Black Lives Matter movement is because, honestly, I don't see how it's supporting us African Americans when there are significant issues happening in every African American city and the whole entire thing. No one is picking up a picket sign and trying to stop gun violence. Nobody is pushing for, us to have more protection. No, it's just like when it comes to the whole understanding of this movement, it's only basing its stance on police brutality only. It's not asking for overall change for African Americans. It's asking for change in police policy. That's it. It's only asking for change in police policy. I want to see an overall change in our history, period. I want to see an overall push to change things for African Americans as a whole. I don't understand why that is such a hard thing to ask for. It's not. And, I was watching the news yesterday, and this is kind of what I mean. In my latest video, in one of the episodes, I said that we need to understand that we should be held accountable for the choices that we make. And that much is true. We should be held accountable for the choices that we make. A 50-year-old man chose to go inside of a store where two Asian women were working, and he chose to beat them with a brick. Now, this was not a white brother. This was not a Hispanic brother. This was an African American brother. As if things were already hard for us as it is, we have these bad apples who have to also go out and continue to do bad things, even though we ask for overall change. But it's not like we're doing anything about reprimanding those that are doing bad things. There are criminals out here today who are getting away with performing these crimes that they're doing because we are allowing them to get away with it. Yesterday, I was watching an episode of FBI Most Wanted, and you guys should check it out. It's on CBS. It comes on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. Okay? It's a show called FBI Most Wanted. It really, really, really is good. If you guys have seen the movie Hercules, I adhere more to, learning the Greek language. Hercules' name was not Hercules. It was Hercules. That was his Greek name. The actor that was in that movie for Hercules is also the same actor that is in the series FBI Most Wanted, and it is a good series. You guys should check it. FBI Most Wanted comes on Tuesdays on CBS at 10 o'clock p.m. It is a very good show. It comes on right after FBI. It's actually an FBI spinoff, but yeah. Anyway, in that episode, right, there was a young man who was upset because his brother got shot when cops pulled him over because they mistaken him for somebody else, and they were trying to see if he was that person. The officer was trying to approach the car, but see, the thing is, the brother got out of the car, and the officer on his camera said several times, "Get back in the car, get back in the car. I'm trying to come over there to talk to you. Get back in the car." He kept saying it 6-7 times. And the guy wouldn't get in the car. Even his daughter said, "Daddy, get back in the car." And he told her, get back, I'm going to call your mother. Now, why did he need to call his wife? At that time, he should have been adhering to what the cops were saying and getting in the car. But he chose not to. So the officer saw him reaching near his waistband and pulled out his gun and shot him. Okay, he told him, freeze. But the guy kept pulling his phone out, and it was a phone. But the officer didn't see it was a phone until after he shot. The officer told him freeze twice, and the guy got shot. Now, he didn't die. Miraculously, y'all, he didn't die. He lived. But he did catch charges because, they said that he was, a drug dealer, and he caught a drug possession charge, and then on top of that, he got resisting arrest. And the officer, of course, everyone was saying everything bad about the officer. Oh, it's an officer shooting another unarmed black man, and yada yada this and yada yada that. But then when I watched that episode, I kept asking a question. I went online and I went onto a forum, right, that talks about episodes of different TV shows. And I'm a member of one of the forums that talks about the ones on CBS shows. I'm under the one that's for FBI Most Wanted. And I did vlog on the forum about that episode. And when I did, I asked someone on there, I said, if he had gotten back in the car, would the situation have been different? No one chose to answer my question. So I want to ask y'all, in that episode, if the guy would have gotten back in the car, would the situation have been different? Do you really believe that officer would have opened fire on him? Or do you believe that officer would have tried to talk to him? Now, in the episode, the officer was like away from the car. Like always, he was back near his car, in his position, trying to duck for cover because he had overheard that this guy was a drug dealer. And as with any drug dealer, you best believe that they do come with protection. And these dudes will open fire on you. I ain't going to tell y'all about my past. I ain't going there. But like I said, it's just, it made me realize what would have happened had he listened and did what the cop said. So my question to you guys, what do you think would have happened if things would have happened differently in a lot of these situations involving this police brutality? And why do we only pay attention to the things that happen with the officers? Now, I have not heard anybody give any outcry about a black officer doing something bad, and there are a bunch of them. If you live here in Baltimore, a lot of you have heard about the gun task force. Y'all have heard about them. Y'all have heard about these guys, that one officer ended up committing suicide, which it wasn't suicide. I think he was killed, by his fellow officers because he was a whistleblower. And a lot of these guys caught charges because They were doing some sneaky, underhanded stuff, and it were some black cops. But I don't ever hear anyone say anything bad about that. I don't hear anyone say anything bad about the overall justice system as a whole, period. We only want to fix police brutality, but even if we fix the cops, does that change our justice system, period? No, it doesn't. African Americans are still going to have the highest incarceration rate in the United States of America. We're still going to be scrutinized for everything that we do, regardless what policies they put in place. So what? You hold an officer accountable for the dirt that he does. That's not going to stop them from doing anything dirty. The thing that's going to stop them is if we change the overall justice system, period. The justice system itself needs to be refined. President Barack Hussein Obama, when he came into office, he tried to make that change for the justice system, but nobody wanted to get on board with his plans. So we need to stop protesting about police brutality and protest about our justice system, period. That is the thing that needs an overhaul. We need to stop focusing on narrow-minded tactics and start focusing on issues that truly do matter. We need to fix poverty. We need to fix, the education rate for African Americans. We need to fix the justice system. As long as we continue to focus on just one thing, it's not going to fix the overall picture. There's so much that needs to change in this world, period. And we're not trying to get the change for it. We're too busy focusing on narrow-minded things. So, I will never get on board with the Black Lives Matter movement because I don't think that it supports all blacks. So far, I've only seen that they keep saying, say her name, say his name, say his name, say her name, if a cop do something bad to you. But if one of their cousins shoot me in the shoulder and their cousin go to jail, they quiet. They don't want to say anything. It's mum is the word. When it comes to us attacking each other and us hurting each other, we don't try to fix the picture. So I want to know from you guys, honestly, in that episode, who do you believe truly was in the wrong? The cop or the African American male? Now, I do understand that, he could have used his taser. But given the situation, do you really think an officer is going to use that taser? And then the guy did have his cell phone in his pocket. If the officer would have tased him, wouldn't that not have sent electrical current directly to the cell phone, which could have sent shock all the way back to his heart and killed him anyway? So if that is not the case, and you guys don't believe that's possible, well then I don't know. You don't know nothing about technology. That's all I'm saying. I've seen people, and I've known people who got tasered and had their phones in their pocket, and the phone exploded in their pocket when they got tasered. The electrical current was strong. That's all I'm saying. I even watched like an episode, of what's the name of that show? It comes on Discovery Channel. Life in the ER. Yeah, Life in the ER, where a guy had gotten tasered by police officers, and he had his cell phone in his hand and blew his fingers off his hand. Bro had to get his fingers sewn back on, and he almost bled to death. And the officers brought him to the hospital to get his fingers sewn back on, and then they were going to arrest him. So, like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know. Who do you guys think was really wrong in that situation? If you really want to know about it, get a chance. You can look it up. It's FBI Most Wanted. It's on demand too. I know that much it is. It's FBI Most Wanted, and it was the episode that came on yesterday, on Tuesday, at 10 o'clock. And get a chance to watch it and see exactly what I'm talking about. In that episode, the young man got out of the car, and the officer kept telling him, get back in the car, get back in the car. He was not listening, and his daughter was right there. Everyone shouted that he was wrong, but I don't believe the cop was wrong if he was telling the guy to get back in the car. That is just protocol. So, leave me a comment, let me know. Thank you all for watching today, and thank you all for being on my show today. Rahabat Nitir Mushar to each and every one of you. Deuces.